The story begins with a train moving at an incredible speed on the tracks. Braking sounds could be heard, but the train was not slowing down in the slightest. Normal citizens are seen casually walking through the crossing of the train's path, unaware of the incoming train. The driver of the train appears with a panicked look on his face. He yells out to get out of the way as the train's controls have shut down. The crew members of the train could be seen trying to jump off the train before it crashes, yelling out for help. The citizens were shocked to see what was happening to the train. They all began to run away from the train, but a wheel is seen being stuck in the train tracks. A mother is seen trying to push her baby's stroller but realizes and panics over the stroller being stuck in the tracks. She yells out for help because her baby is stuck. But the citizens didn't move to help her, but instead yelled at her to get away as it was too dangerous. A female covers her eyes as it was too late to save the mother and her baby. The train could be seen speeding toward the mother and child without its speed not even slowing down a bit. A man with a hoodie on his head is seen with his hands in his pockets standing amongst the crowd. His figures quickly dissipate at a high speed. He reappears in an instant in front of the mother and child, stopping the incoming high-speed train with a single fist in order to protect the mother and child. The impact of the man's fist caused the carriages that were connected to the train to be smashed one after the other. The mother covers her baby who was crying from the dust that had arrived from the impact. She slowly opens her eyes to see what was happening. She sees the mysterious figure standing in front of her. A pebble skips a few times on the ground. The man offers his hand to the mother, asking if she was all right. The mother thanks the mysterious man and reaches for his hand. But her sentence was cut off as she realizes something. She and her baby instantly became terrified. The mysterious man's face was revealed to be a skull-looking zombie. The mother's scream could be heard in the skies. Yellow underwear with a panda is seen hanging. The main character of our story is waking up in the early morning wearing pink pajamas. He introduces himself as Zombie. Zom from zombie and B from zombie. He was unsure of his age and did not know when he died either. But he had a dream, which is to one day become friends with humans. He dreams of one day that he won't be discriminated against and ostracized by humans. With that dream in mind, he continued to improve himself, although it was still very far from happening. He believed that as long as he worked hard, he would succeed. Zombie then spits out a tooth after brushing his teeth. He continues to dry his clothes while wanting to realize his dream. He had helped countless numbers of humans. A plane is seen crashing headfirst towards a stadium filled with people. The people in the stadium were alarmed to see this and started to run away from it. But a boy points out to the plane, shouting out, "What is that?" causing the other people to look behind at what it was. The plane had stopped in midair just inches away from the ground. Zombie had arrived just in time and managed to stop the plane from crashing into the stadium. The people were amazed to see this magnificent sight. A building is seen filled with fires all inside of it. People are screaming for help while another states that their children were still inside the burning building. Zombie is seen easily carrying a bunch of kids on his shoulders and arms after emerging from the flames of hell. The firemen and other people were blown away and amazed by his incredible feat. But Zombie recalled that he wasn't that strong in the past. A flashback is seen starting from one summer day. A zombie outbreak caused the apocalypse. Zombie was still studying in school at that time. Because the outbreak had happened too suddenly, Zombie did not escape in time and was bitten, hence his transformation into an ordinary zombie. That's right, our main character was just an ordinary zombie. He was one of the ones that you could see in a mob, following the horde wherever it goes, until one day when humans began to appear. They didn't talk with a reason but instead pointed a bunch of guns and missiles toward all the zombies, including the main character. The zombies were killed en masse. Not only did the humans burn the zombies for fuel, but they also created a perpetual energy machine by exploiting the zombies. Zombies became their source of electricity. Our main character wonders why zombies would want to eat humans or why humans wanted to kill zombies. But in order to survive, he needed to become much stronger as he was too weak right now. He began his training from that day onwards. He lifted weights, ran, swam, and jumped around every day. An independent life starts with our own efforts. Zombie did not even eat meat, and only ate protein powder for 3 meals a day. Although he was tired, he continued to train even at night until one day he had become strong. Our main character was now an absolute Giga Chad gym bro who was almost invincible. After obtaining both power and knowledge, he decided to live in the budding human society. He had continuously helped the humans to change their perception of zombies. He wanted to live as a civilized, law-abiding, and good zombie. After hanging his sheets on the balcony, Zombie opens his fridge and is upset that the food was all gone. He decides to go shopping. Back in the modern city of the world. At the E-House supermarket, a voice asks if Lil Z was here to buy more snacks. It appears to belong to the cashier of the supermarket, where she continues to ask Zombie if it was uncomfortable to wear that mask all day. But Zombie replies to her that it was not really that uncomfortable. A bunch of employees is seen carrying a bunch of goods into a truck. One of them tells the others to help Boss Z to move the items into the truck. Zombie was seen chatting happily in the store. A man holding onto a camera asks the sir beside him if that was him, the guy who looks like the J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man and was holding onto a pair of binoculars, tells him that I was right and that he would definitely take off Zombie's mask to see who it really was underneath. But he soon spots something happening with Zombie and the workers. Zombie waves them goodbye while the workers told him to take care. Zombie looks at a piece of brown paper in his hand, saying that Ago is wanted again. The piece of brown paper was revealed to be a bounty letter that shows Ago as a boss-level zombie who has a danger level of SSS and a bounty amount of 999,9226 yen. The cameraman continued to ask J. Jonah Jameson if he was really sure that Zombie was the super person who had lifted an entire airplane, and wondered if it was just some false information released by the media. J. Jonah James confirms that it might be true as he continues to look through his binoculars. He then turns to the cameraman and tells him that it might have been true that the media was just trying to hype things up, but something catches the cameraman's attention, preventing him from responding to J. Jonah Jameson. J. Jonah Jameson tells him that they must remove Zombie's mask to expose him, but something catches his eye as well, cutting his sentence off. Both the cameraman and J. Jonah Jameson were shocked to the point that their eyes popped out of their eye sockets, shouting out "What the fuck?" Instead of driving the truck like a normal person, Zombie is seen lifting up the truck. He then looks up to the sky with the truck still stuck on his shoulder. The ground beneath him and the truck soon started to form massive cracks. A white trail of smoke could be seen as Zombie leaps into the sun along with the truck. The cameraman and J. Jonah Jameson could only stare in awe at the sight that they had seen with Zombie in the truck. They wondered about what had just happened. The truck could later on be seen floating in the middle of space right outside of Earth. Even the satellite station was like, WTF, why is there a truck in space? A metal gate is seen with warning signs on it, allowing for only authorized personnel to enter. Zombies could be seen roaming around mindlessly. A little baby zombie boy is seen tugging on his mother's arm, telling her that he was hungry, but the zombie mother tells him to endure it for a while. Zombie is then seen leaping throughout the city while carrying the truck in the middle of the night. He soon lands with a heavy impact on the ground. He lays the truck gently onto the ground. The zombies looked at him and announced that their king was back. Two little zombie kids approached Zombie and asked His Majesty about why he didn't drive the truck here just like how humans would do. Zombie then informs him that he could not drive the truck here as he did not have a driver's license. The little zombie kids wondered what a driver's license was. The city where Zombie currently is was a city that he had conquered. The city was far, far away from the prying eyes of the humans. He had ordered all the zombies here to use eggs to replace the protein they get from eating human flesh. Zombie then asks the little zombie kid where Ago and the rest were. The little zombie kid tells him that they were in the hotel's main hall and points in their direction. Zombie soon arrives in front of two giant doors and presses them open. A bunch of boss-level zombies was inside, starting from the top, with Havlang, a boss-level zombie of danger level SSS. Next up was Fur, who is a boss-level zombie with a danger level of SSS. Agon, who is a boss-level zombie with a danger level of SSS. Ago, as previously mentioned, is a boss-level zombie who has a danger level of SSS. Varmint, who is a boss-level zombie with a danger level of SSS. And lastly Blackie, who is also a boss-level zombie with a danger level of SSS. They all stood in uniformed positions and shouted out a greeting as Zombie entered the room. "Greetings." Your Majesty. Zombie places the brown paper of the bounty notice onto Ago's chest, telling him that he was once again wanted by the humans. Ago apologizes to Zombie and explains to him that whenever he sees a human, his body would lose control. Zombie then took a seat on a sofa in front of a massive pillar that was surrounded by a ton of rubble. Blackie informs Zombie that even though the zombies were steadily increasing their numbers, but in order to hide from the humans, they needed to change their base multiple times. Varmint whips out his chainsaw and tells Zombie that he should just let them go out there and to fight it out with the humans, as his chainsaw was beginning to rust from not having fresh blood after so long. But Zombie refutes his request as he tells him that humans were terrifying creatures. But a weird sound started to echo from high above the hotel where they were holding the meeting. Varmint then asks about what the sound was. A giant gunship is seen flying above the city where Zombie was. A marvelous pair of marshmallows is seen. Let us take a moment to appreciate the artist's good work. A fierce-looking lady is seen standing with her arms crossed beneath her marvelous marshmallows with 2 blades attached to her waist. The fierce-looking woman continued to stare at a monitor in front of her showing various scanners and red dots. 2 employees are seen looking at computers. They report to the woman as president and inform her that all signals were normal and clear and that all equipment is ready to go. She then asks them about the condition of the payload. A gigantic nuclear missile is seen with a red panel indicating a timer. It was an armed nuclear warhead that was set to detonate in 20 minutes. Zombie soon realizes that something had caught his attention as he looks up. The president informs her subordinates that it was good that the nuclear warhead was in good condition. She then yells out, "Have a taste of this, you disgusting zombies." The gunship continued to remain in the skies hovering over the city. Varmint informs Zombie that the humans were here. He then tells Zombie to allow him to go out there and cut them up, but Zombie stops him and tells him that he would lose control the moment he came into contact or was close to the humans. He informs Varmint to evacuate the citizens first as he will personally go out to deal with the humans. The president continued to monitor the situation from the screen. She then asks the ground unit to respond as they would only have 20 minutes to save the civilians and to evacuate. 3 military-grade vehicles are seen driving toward the city. The president repeats to them that they only had 20 minutes to evacuate. Soldiers with masks holding weapons reported to her that they had understood. She then tells the marshal to be on standby as he should be ready to intercept if a boss zombie appears. A figure is seen standing on the edge of the gunship's cargo ramp, and a man that looks like Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 5 is seen standing on the edge of the gunship's cargo doors. He responds to the president's orders with "Gotcha," and informs her that she could leave it to him that when a boss-level zombie appears, he would cut it down. A horde of zombies is seen running somewhere together. A scientist wearing a lab coat with white hair is staring at a screen. A guy with anime glasses tells Brother Faye that the people from Extraordinary Academy had found the zombies. Faye commented that it was good and that they should play with them. He soon pushes a big red button on the panel. A bunch of human beings is seen caged in a box with metal bars all around it. They scream for help and to save them as they don't want to die. The cage is set onto the ground where an endless horde of zombies can be seen rushing towards them. People from the gunship called upon Team A and informs them that they had detected signs of human life and needed them to proceed to the marked location immediately. The group of soldiers belonging to Team A reports back with copy. A group of soldiers manning turrets are seen firing continuously. A red-haired girl curses out loud about why won't the zombie die. A little baby zombie is seen trying his best to cover his younger sibling from the incoming endless waves of bullets from the soldiers. Zombie is seen blocking the bullets in front of the pair of siblings as he stood tall. A soldier takes out a rocket launcher and exclaimed that there was no such thing as an unkillable zombie and that if there was even one, that was only because they weren't using enough firepower. He then fires a rocket toward where Zombie and the young siblings were. A massive explosion is seen and dust soon covers the area. A soldier who was part of the team reports to the man who had just shot the rocket that he thinks that Zombie was not a zombie, but the extraordinary person who has been helping people lately. All of them soon looked at what he was pointing to on the brown paper. The Solider informs the man that Zombie was famous for always wearing a zombie mask. The man shouted out loud with shock in his face that they had shot the wrong person. Zombie soon emerges from the dust explosion without a single scratch on his body from the rocket explosion. The president's monitor had picked up Zombie's presence and alerted her. She then informs the marshal that a boss-level zombie had been detected in Zone B. Marshal informs her to leave the boss-level zombie to him. He then leaps headfirst down from the plane like a badass. Thanks for watching the latest part from the voice of Manhwa. Subscribe for more content and don't forget to comment below what you want to see in the future. Like and share for more.